Marcus thought he had won. He left Zara, his brilliant, beautiful black ex-girlfriend, for Emma, a woman who fit his family's expectations. Tonight, at the city's most exclusive charity gala, he'd parade his new wife and prove he'd moved on. But when Zara walked in on the arm of Damien Cross, the youngest billionaire in the country, everything changed. And when Damien pulled Zara close and kissed her in front of everyone, Marcus felt his world tilt. Because the woman he'd thrown away had become someone he couldn't afford, and she was about to make him pay for every regret. Marcus adjusted his bow tie for the third time, admiring his reflection in the hotel ballroom mirror. Tonight would be perfect. "You look handsome," Emma said, linking her arm through his. His wife of 6 months smiled up at him, blonde and elegant in her designer gown. "We look perfect together," he corrected, meaning it. This was what his family wanted, what society expected. Emma came from the right background, understood the right circles, said the right things. Not like Zara. He pushed away thoughts of his ex-girlfriend. That relationship was a mistake he'd corrected. Zara Davis had been complicated. Beautiful, yes. Intelligent, absolutely. But dating a black woman had caused endless family friction. His mother's constant comments, his father's disappointment, his colleagues' raised eyebrows. Emma was easier, simpler, safe. The ballroom glittered with Manhattan's elite. Marcus recognized CEOs, politicians, old money families. This was his world now, without complications. Then the room shifted. The massive doors opened and conversations died mid-sentence. Marcus turned with everyone else. His heart stopped. Zara walked in, transformed into someone he barely recognized, on the arm of a man who made Marcus feel invisible. Who is this mysterious man with Zara? Like if you're already hooked. Drop a comment predicting what happens next, and do not forget to subscribe. Zara Davis had always been beautiful, but tonight she was devastating. Gone were the modest dresses Marcus remembered. She wore a crimson gown that hugged every curve, her natural hair styled in an elaborate updo adorned with gold accessories. Diamonds, real ones, Marcus could tell, glittered at her throat and ears. But it was her confidence that truly shocked him. She'd always been smart, driven, but slightly uncertain around his world. Now she walked like she owned it. And the man beside her, Marcus recognized him immediately. Everyone did. Damien Cross, 32, tech billionaire, Forbes cover regular. His company had revolutionized cybersecurity, making him wealthy beyond measure. Rumors said he was brilliant, ruthless, and notoriously private about his personal life. He was also holding Zara's hand like she was precious. "Marcus?" Emma's voice seemed distant. "Do you know her?" "No," I lied automatically. "Just surprised to see Damien here." But he couldn't stop staring at Zara. She laughed at something Damien said, her face lit with genuine joy Marcus rarely saw when they were together. He thought leaving her would dim her light. Instead, she was shining brighter than ever, completely out of his reach. The glow-up is real. Can you believe this transformation? Smash that like button if you love a good revenge glow-up story. Share with someone who needs to see this, and subscribe for more. Zara's eyes swept the room and landed on Marcus. For a split second, something flickered across her face. Pain? Anger? Then it vanished behind a cool smile. She whispered to Damien, who followed her gaze. His expression remained neutral, but his arm tightened protectively around her waist. They were coming over. "Marcus, darling, let's go say hello to the Hendersons," Emma suggested, sensing tension. "In a moment," Marcus said, rooted to the spot. Zara stopped directly in front of them, and Marcus caught her perfume, different from what she used to wear, more expensive. Everything about her screamed wealth and confidence now. "Marcus," she said, her voice smooth and controlled. "What a surprise." "Zara, you look well." "I am well, very well." She gestured to the man beside her. "This is Damien Cross. Damien, this is Marcus Chen, an old acquaintance." Old acquaintance, not ex-boyfriend, not former love, an acquaintance. Damien extended his hand. His grip was firm, his gaze assessing. "Chen, I've heard of you. You work at Morrison Finance, correct?" Senior analyst, Marcus said, trying not to feel diminished. Morrison Finance was prestigious, but compared to Cross Industries, Emma cleared her throat loudly. Oh, and this is Emma, he added hastily, my wife. Zara's smile never wavered. Congratulations. When did you marry? 6 months ago. How quick, Zara observed. We broke up 8 months ago. That math just exposed everything. Like if you caught that shade. What do you think Zara's planning? Comment below and subscribe. This is getting good. The orchestra began playing and couples moved to the dance floor. Damien turned to Zara, offering her hand with a warmth that made Marcus's chest tighten. May I? Damien asked. Zara's face softened. Always. Marcus watched them glide onto the floor. Damien held Zara close, their movements perfectly synchronized. They looked like they danced together 1,000 times. They make a striking couple, Emma commented, an edge in her voice. Do you know her, don't you, more than an acquaintance? Marcus couldn't lie to his wife. We dated, briefly. It ended before I met you. 2 months before you met me, apparently. That's quite brief. On the dance floor, Damien leaned down to whisper something in Zara's ear. She threw back her head and laughed, completely at ease when they were together. Marcus remembered trying to teach Zara to dance for his cousin's wedding. She'd been nervous, worried about embarrassing him in front of his family. Now she moved like she'd been born to this world. How long did you date her? Emma asked. 3 years. Emma's sharp intake of breath told him everything. 3 years? That's not brief, Marcus. It didn't work out. Different worlds. She seems to fit this world perfectly now. Marcus had no response because Emma was right. 3 years versus 6 months, those numbers tell a story. Like if you're Team Zara. Do you think Marcus regrets his choice? Tell us in the comments and subscribe. This is getting good. The charity auction began. Marcus tried to focus on the proceedings, but his attention kept drifting to Zara and Damien's table. Then, the evening's organizer took the microphone. We have a special announcement. One of our most generous donors has pledged to match all contributions tonight, dollar for dollar. Please welcome Damien Cross. Applause erupted. Damien stood, buttoning his jacket, and walked to the stage with easy confidence. But before he spoke, he gestured to Zara to join him. She shook her head, but he insisted. Finally, laughing, she rose and walked to the stage. Damien took her hand as she reached him. Many of you know me as a tech entrepreneur. What you might not know is that I wouldn't be standing here without this woman. Zara Davis runs the Cross Foundation, our charitable arm. She's transformed how we approach education inequality. The matching pledge tonight was her idea. More applause. Zara blushed but stood tall. Marcus felt like he'd been punched. When they dated, Zara worked as a community outreach coordinator, passionate about education access, but struggling to make a real impact with limited resources. Now, she ran a Billionaire's foundation. Zara has a brilliant mind and an even more beautiful heart, Damien continued. I'm the luckiest man here tonight. He kissed her hand and the crowd awed appreciatively. Emma gripped Marcus's arm. You let that woman go? Damien just publicly claimed her. Like if you love seeing Zara win. What's Marcus thinking right now? Drop your predictions and subscribe. The drama is just beginning. The auction items were impressive. Vacation packages, artwork, exclusive experiences. Bidding was competitive, the room's wealth on full display. Then, a particular item caught Marcus's attention. A private dinner with tech innovator Damien Cross, including a tour of Cross Industries headquarters. The bidding started at $10,000. Marcus found himself raising his paddle. $15,000. Emma stared at him. What are you doing? Networking opportunity, he muttered. $20,000, someone called. $25,000, Marcus countered. He was being irrational, he knew it, but something drove him forward, a need to prove he belonged in this room, in this world Zara now inhabited. $50,000, a calm voice said. Zara. She stood at her table, paddle raised, expression serene. The room buzzed with interest. Was she bidding on a dinner with her own boyfriend? $60,000, Marcus said quickly. $100,000, Zara replied, without hesitation. Gasps rippled through the crowd. That was an insane amount for a dinner, even for charity. Marcus opened his mouth, but Emma grabbed his wrist. Stop, we can't afford that. She was right. $100,000 would strain their finances significantly. Sold, the auctioneer declared, to Miss Davis. Damien laughed and pulled Zara into his arms, spinning her around. You're crazy, he said loud enough for nearby tables to hear. You're worth it, she replied. Zara just spent $100K like it was nothing, like if that power move left you speechless. Is Marcus realizing what he lost? Comment and subscribe. The drama is just beginning. During the cocktail break, Marcus excused himself to the balcony for air. The reality of the evening was crushing him. He'd made a terrible mistake. Beautiful view, isn't it? He turned. Zara stood in the doorway, alone, her gown catching the moonlight. Zara? Relax, Marcus. I'm not here to cause a scene. She stepped onto the balcony, maintaining distance. I just wanted a moment away from the crowd. You've certainly become comfortable in crowds like this. I've grown. That's what happens when you're not constantly being told you don't belong. The words struck like a physical blow. I never said. You didn't have to say it, Zara interrupted, her voice steady but sharp. Your mother said it, your father said it, your colleague said it, and you just let them. It wasn't that simple. It was exactly that simple. You chose their approval over me, every time. He had no defense because she was right. You seem happy now. I am. Damien sees me, really sees me. He introduced me to his parents within 2 months. They welcomed me with open arms. He showed up to my work events. He never made me feel like a secret or a problem to be managed. I loved you, Marcus said quietly. No, Zara said firmly. You loved the version of me that made you feel progressive without challenging your comfort. The moment loving me required actual sacrifice, you folded. Zara is speaking facts, like if she just said everything she needed to say. Is it too late for Marcus? Comment your thoughts and subscribe. More coming soon. Damien appeared in the doorway, his expression hardening when he saw them alone. Everything all right? He asked, his tone protective. Perfect, Zara said, smiling at him with genuine warmth. Just clearing the air. Damien walked over, placing himself slightly between Zara and Marcus. The move was subtle but clear. Your wife is looking for you, he told Marcus. Right, I should go. But as Marcus turned, Damien spoke again. For what it's worth, thank you. Marcus paused. For what? For being exactly who you were. If you'd been the man Zara deserved, I'd never have gotten the chance to meet her. Damien pulled Zara close, his arm around her waist. Then, with everyone in the ballroom able to see through the glass doors, Damien cupped Zara's face and kissed her. Not a polite peck, but a real kiss. Deep, passionate, claiming. Zara melted into him, her arms wrapping around his neck. Marcus stood frozen, watching the woman he'd left kiss a man who was everything Marcus wasn't, confident enough to love her publicly, wealthy enough to give her everything, and certain enough to never let her go. When they broke apart, Zara looked over Damien's shoulder at Marcus. Her expression wasn't triumphant or cruel, it was simply free. She'd moved on, completely. That kiss, though, like if your jaw just dropped. Marcus is standing there watching everything he threw away. Share this with someone and subscribe. We're halfway through. Marcus returned to the table, shaken. Emma studied his face with sharp intelligence. What happened out there? Nothing, just ran into them. Marcus, I'm not stupid. You've been distracted all night. You bid $60,000 on something we can't afford, and you just watched that man kiss your ex-girlfriend like your heart was breaking. Emma, do you still love her? The question hung in the air. Marcus wanted to say no to reassure his wife, but the words wouldn't come. I don't know, he admitted finally. I thought I was over her. Seeing her tonight, she's different, better. And I think I'm realizing what I gave up. To her credit, Emma didn't cry or make a scene. She simply nodded. At least you're honest. I'm sorry. So am I, because I married a man who's in love with someone else. Emma stood, gathering her clutch. I'm going to the hotel room. Come or don't, I need to think. She left with quiet dignity, and Marcus felt like the worst person in the room. Across the ballroom, he saw Zara laughing at something Damien said. She looked lighter than he'd ever seen her, like a weight had been lifted. That weight, Marcus realized, had been him. Emma deserves better. Like if you feel bad for her. Is this marriage already over? What should Marcus do? Comment below and subscribe for more chapters. Marcus couldn't leave yet. His firm was a sponsor, and early departure would be noticed. So he endured, watching Zara and Damien move through the room like royalty. During dinner, he overheard fragments of their conversation from a nearby table. "Your parents called again," Damien said to Zara. "They're excited about Thanksgiving." "I told them you can't cook to save your life," Zara teased. "That's what caterers are for, darling." They were meeting parents for holidays. They had in-jokes. They had a future being planned. Marcus remembered his own parents' reactions to Zara, his mother's tight smile, his father's concerns about cultural compatibility, the constant suggestions that he date someone from their social circle. He'd convinced himself they were right, that the relationship was too difficult. Now he saw it clearly. He'd been a coward. After dinner, Marcus found himself near the bar where Damien stood alone, ordering drinks. "She never told me about you," Damien said without turning. "When we met, she just said she was single and focusing on her career. It wasn't until months later that I learned about a serious ex." "How did you meet?" "A tech education conference. She was presenting on community engagement strategies. Brilliant presentation. I introduced myself after, asked her to dinner to discuss a consulting opportunity. By dessert, I knew I wanted to know everything about her." "And she just opened up to you?" Damien finally looked at him. "No, she was cautious, guarded. Someone had hurt her badly, made her question her worth. It took time to earn her trust." Damien is everything Marcus wasn't. Like if you love how Damien respects Zara. Should Marcus just accept defeat? Tell us and subscribe for more chapters. "I'm curious," Damien continued, his tone conversational, but his eyes sharp. "What made you let her go? She's brilliant, kind, driven. I can't imagine walking away from her." Marcus swirled his drink. "My family didn't approve. The relationship was complicated. Because she's black." It wasn't a question. Marcus felt shame heat his face. "Families adjust," Damien said. "Mine had their own concerns initially. My mother worried about class differences. Zara grew up working class, scholarship kid. My father worried she was after money." He smiled. "Took them exactly one dinner to realize how wrong they were. Now my mother calls Zara more than she calls me." "You're a billionaire. You don't answer to anyone." "Neither do you. You're a grown man with your own career. You just chose comfort over courage." Damien collected his drinks. "Zara told me once that she spent 3 years feeling like she was apologizing for existing in your world, that she made herself smaller to fit your life. The woman I know doesn't apologize for anything. She commands rooms. It's a shame you never gave her permission to be that person." "I didn't stop her." "You didn't encourage her either. You wanted the benefits of dating a beautiful, intelligent woman, but none of the work of defending that choice." Damien paused. "There's a partner position opening at my foundation. Zara's being promoted. Co-director with 6-figure salary, full benefits, equity stake. She's earned it." The information hit Marcus like a freight train. "That's incredible." "She's incredible, and I tell her that every day." Damien is the partner Zara always deserved. Like if this conversation has you emotional. Is there any coming back from this? Comment and subscribe for more chapters. Marcus retreated to the bathroom, splashing water on his face. His reflection looked haggard, defeated. His phone buzzed. A text from Emma. "I'm going to my sister tomorrow. We need space to figure things out." His marriage was crumbling, and it was his fault. He'd married Emma as an escape, a way to prove he'd moved on. But he'd never dealt with losing Zara, never processed what that relationship meant. When he returned to the ballroom, a commotion drew his attention. Zara stood at the center of a circle, and someone had asked about the Cross Foundation's impact. "We've established 50 educational centers in underserved communities," Zara explained, her voice confident and clear. "Each center provides free tutoring, college prep, and mentorship. We've helped over 2,000 students gain college acceptance this year alone, with full scholarship support." "And you designed this program?" someone asked. "The core framework, yes. I spent years in community outreach, seeing where traditional approaches failed. Damien gave me the resources to implement solutions I'd only dreamed of." Applause erupted. Marcus watched wealthy donors approach Zara with business cards, offering partnerships and support. This was the woman who'd once apologized for taking up space at his family dinners. Now she held court among Manhattan's elite without a trace of doubt. He'd wanted her to be smaller. She became larger than life. Zara is thriving. Like if seeing her success makes you happy. Can Marcus accept that he's lost her forever? Drop your thoughts and subscribe for Chapter 13. As the evening wound down, Marcus knew he needed closure. He approached Zara one last time as she stood alone, watching the crowd. "Can we talk? Really talk?" Zara sighed. "Marcus, what's left to say?" "That I'm sorry. That I was wrong. That seeing you tonight made me realize I made the biggest mistake of my life. And what do you want me to do with that apology?" "I don't know. I need you to know I regret everything." Zara turned to face him fully. "Do you regret leaving me, or do you regret that I'm successful and happy without you?" The question cut deep because Marcus didn't know the answer. "I thought so," Zara said softly. "Marcus, I forgave you a long time ago, not because you deserved it, but because carrying that anger was exhausting. I let it go. I let you go. What if I said I wanted another chance? You're married, Marcus. You made your choice." "I married the wrong person." "No, you married exactly who you were ready for. Someone safe who wouldn't challenge your family or your comfort zone. Emma deserves better than being your second choice just because your first choice thrived without you." Damien appeared, extending his hand to Zara. "Ready to go, love?" "Yes." She took his hand, then looked back at Marcus. "Be happy, Marcus. Really happy. Not the pretend happiness you performed for your family, but real joy. You deserve that. So does Emma." Zara gave him grace he didn't deserve, like if that goodbye was perfect. Is this really the end for them? Comment predictions and subscribe for the final chapters. Marcus retreated to an empty apartment. Emma had left, taking her overnight bag and wedding photo. He sat in the dark, replaying the evening. Every smile Zara shared with Damien, every confident gesture, every moment of happiness that had nothing to do with Marcus. His phone rang. His mother. "Marcus, darling, I heard you and Emma were at the Goldman Gala. How did it go?" "Mom, do you remember Zara?" Silence. "Your ex-girlfriend? What about her?" "She was there tonight, with Damien Cross. They're together." "The billionaire? Well, good for her, I suppose." "I made a mistake leaving her." His mother's tone cooled. "Marcus, we've discussed this. That relationship wasn't appropriate for our family." "Why? Because she was black? Because she didn't come from money?" "Because you weren't compatible." "We were perfectly compatible until you made me believe we weren't." Marcus felt years of suppressed anger rising. "I loved her, Mom, and I let your prejudice and my cowardice destroy that. Now she's with someone who isn't afraid to love her publicly, and I'm in a failing marriage to someone I don't love." "Marcus, I have to go." He hung up. For the first time, Marcus confronted the truth. His parents hadn't forced him to leave Zara. They'd simply given him permission to do what was easiest. The choice was always his, and he'd chosen wrong. Marcus is finally seeing clearly, like if it's too little too late. Can he fix his marriage? Should he? Comment and subscribe for the final chapter. 3 months later, Marcus signed divorce papers. He and Emma parted amicably. She deserved honesty, and he finally gave it to her. He didn't reach out to Zara. That ship had sailed, and he respected her happiness too much to interfere. Instead, Marcus started therapy, unpacking years of people-pleasing and fear of disappointing his family. He began saying no to his parents' expectations, started building a life that reflected his values, not theirs. One day, scrolling social media, he saw the announcement. Damian Cross and Zara Davis were engaged. The photo showed them on a beach somewhere tropical, Zara's smile radiant, her hand displaying a stunning ring. It hurt, but Marcus also felt something unexpected, genuine happiness for her. She'd found someone who loved her without conditions, someone brave enough to choose her every day, publicly and proudly. Marcus commented simply, "Congratulations, you both deserve every happiness." Zara liked the comment but didn't reply, and that was okay. Months later, Marcus met someone new, a woman who challenged him, made him laugh, and whom he introduced to his parents immediately, despite their initial reservations. He'd learned his lesson. Love required courage, relationships required work, and the right person deserved someone willing to fight for them, not someone who folded at the first sign of difficulty. Marcus never forgot Zara. She became his reminder of who not to be and inspired who he could become. Thank you for watching Marcus and Zara's story. If this journey moved you, please like this video, share it with friends who love second chance stories, and subscribe for more compelling romance stories about growth, regret, and finding real love.